Right now, the world is watching one of the most dangerous standoffs in recent history unfold between the United States and Iran. And if you're someone who holds silver, or you've been thinking about buying, what happens next could change everything. On Thursday, President Trump gave Iran a hard deadline. 10 to 15 days. That's how long Tehran has to come to the table and agree to a new nuclear deal. His exact words: "We're either going to get a deal, or it's going to be unfortunate for them." He made it clear that if Iran refuses, military action is on the table. This isn't just talk. The United States has amassed one of its largest military buildups in the Middle East since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Satellite imagery shows destroyers, attack aircraft, and at least one aircraft carrier strike group already in position, with a second carrier reportedly on its way. Defense officials say the full buildup will be in place by this weekend. Now, Iran's response has been mixed. Officials in Tehran called the buildup unnecessary and unhelpful, but they also said a deal is still achievable. They're reportedly preparing a written counterproposal. However, there's a major sticking point. Iran has made it clear that limits on its short-range missile program are a red line set directly by Supreme Leader Khamenei. Iranian negotiators simply do not have authorization to cross that boundary. So, what does all of this mean for silver? On Friday alone, silver surged nearly 9%, hitting $84.43 an ounce. That was its highest point in over a week. Gold reclaimed $5,000. The driving force behind both moves was safe haven demand triggered directly by the Iran situation. Here's why this matters. When geopolitical tensions rise, especially in the Middle East, investors pull money out of riskier assets and move it into things that hold value during chaos. Gold and silver are at the top of that list. Analysts at FXIM noted that the specter of potential Iranian strikes is, and I quote, continuing to embed a geopolitical risk premium into global markets. But it's not just Iran. There are multiple forces stacking in silver's favor right now. GDP growth came in lower than expected at 1.4% for the fourth quarter. Inflation remains sticky. The Federal Reserve is still expected to cut rates at least twice this year. And a lower interest rate environment directly supports silver because it reduces the opportunity cost of holding a non-yielding asset. On top of all that, the Supreme Court ruled that Trump's broad tariffs were unconstitutional. He's already said he'll push a new 10% global tariff through executive order, but it can only last 150 days without Congress. That uncertainty alone is creating more volatility, and volatility is fuel for precious metals. Now, let's talk about what could happen in the next 2 weeks. If diplomacy fails and the US strikes Iran, expect silver to spike hard. During the 12-day war last June, precious metals surged. RBC Capital Markets warned that a second confrontation could be considerably more disruptive than the first. That means even bigger moves in silver. If a deal gets done, you might see a short-term pullback as the risk premium fades. But even then, the underlying fundamentals for silver remain strong: supply deficits, rising industrial demand, and a weakening dollar environment all continue to support higher prices through 2026. The bottom line is this. Whether bombs drop or a deal gets signed, silver is positioned to benefit from the uncertainty itself. The clock is ticking. 10 to 15 days. And every single day that passes without a resolution adds more fuel to the fire under precious metals. If this video helped you understand what's really happening and how it connects to your silver, hit that like button and subscribe to the Silver Gambit. I break down exactly how world events like this impact the price of silver. This is not financial advice. I'll see you in the next one. Keep on stacking.